Okay, so what is Java enums? So basically, it is a short form of enumeration. Right? Okay, so okay, basically, an enum is a special class that represent a group of constant, which you can say that unchangeable variables, like final variables. Okay, that you cannot change. It is a special class. You can say this. Okay. So basically what we need to do, like to create enum, there is a enum class and we know this class is a special class. So let's see an example. So, so here you can see I have enum class. Okay, create an enum type. So you can create a enum. Okay, that class will be as enum class. Okay, public enum class. That's a uh, say like level, and we are going to declare some level like high, medium, low level. These are the levels. So if you see this public enum level, this is a special class type which is enum class. And here we, whatever the variable we are going to declare, that variable will be constant or you cannot change that variable. Okay. And like this is a enum class, right? And so there is another class and that class having the main method. Okay. And we are going to access this enum inside that method. Okay. Test class, I'm giving test as a name. Okay. So basically like how we access enum. So basically like there is syntax. So whenever we actually work with enum, like to access enum constant, like we have to specify the class name, that is level we have. After level, we have to give dot. Dot is the syntax to get access. Okay. So now what they basically like uh, that we are creating an object, right? Previously, like that, we are going to give the class name, that enum class name, that is level, right? So class name after that object name we need to give. Okay. Say okay. After that class, that is level, that class name, enum class name. After that, give dot, and you get all the access over here, whatever the constant variable you have there, right? Right. So like that, you will you do an object of that enum class, and by object you can get access. Okay. And this is quite simple. Okay. And like this is the basic syntax, how we actually get access the enum class, whatever the variable inside this enum class. Okay. So, and now we can print this. Okay. Enum1. Okay. So for that, we already know that we need to do the shout, and here we just basically pass this object. Okay. Like that, this is the one way we can do this, and there is another way like we can do, like we can use the statement. Okay. And basically enums are often used in switch statement to check for corresponding value. Okay. So if I run this, eh, so it is coming high, right? So let's try another example. Okay, so basically, like I'm creating a different enum class, right? So you can do like enum can also be declared within a class, but outside the main method. Okay, you can declare enum within a class. Okay, how say this is the main class, right? And we are declaring inside the class. Okay, sorry, I I think like we just need to create a class enum class that is outside the main class. Okay, we can do it. Like this is the class, right? And it's having main method, so we can create different enum class here, and like we can call that class inside this test class. Okay, using this enum keyword, after enum keyword we have to give the name of the enum class. Okay, that is like say uh, okay, so here this is you created a enum. Okay, and here you say like there is 7 days in a week, right? So you can say like uh, day, okay, so like you can create like this. Okay, inside a same class, you can just outside that class. Okay, this is the class you having, and you are creating a enum outside that class, and now you can call that class. Okay, that enum class like this. Okay, let's see. So this is one class. I'm just commenting it, and here uh, and okay, so I am getting all the constant variable right here that I declared inside this enum class. So like that, Monday I'm selecting. Okay, so basically, like we can use switch case, right? So it is uh, like enums are oftenly used in switch case statement to check the corresponding value. So how we can do that? So basically we see like how we use switch case for this like enums. If I want to like find some like using switch case. Okay. So for switch case, we know, right? So this is the keyword. After that, we need to give the condition inside this parenthesis. And after that, we have lots of case, right? So here we have 7 days. So for 7 days, we need cases, right? That we already studied previously, like, right? So I'm creating a case, okay, case one, that is Monday. Say this Monday, it is not identifying. Okay, so we need to pass the what we need to pass this variable, that object we created. Okay, now it is detecting Monday. Okay, okay, so now we give somebody, uh, say something, say like today is Monday. Okay, like that, we can create like different cases for different like whatever the corresponding value we have, we can create the corresponding cases. Okay, so I will copy the. Okay, okay, so I created so respective cases for respective variable. Okay, in a variable. uh, okay. Now let's do one thing. So we will do like if statement. So in if statement, we will state that there is like Saturday and Sunday, right? This is the weekend we have. So we can do that. Okay. So we can specify that. Okay. So what we have today, and Saturday. Sunday. So basically, what it will do, it will check between these 2 days. Like this is the weekend we have. Okay. So it will say it's the weekend. Okay. Okay. So got it right. You can declare a enum class inside a same class. Okay. But inside a same class, what I mean, this test class, but you can like it is outside this test public class state. It is outside. Okay, outside this class. Okay, and you can like create a different separate class, enum class, and you can call that. Okay, both things are like same. Like there's two way. Okay. So am I cleared? Everyone cleared like enum class? Like
Yes.
say run this thing. Today is Monday, so it is having Monday, right? So let's say like it is today is Saturday and today is Sunday, right? So if I say here Saturday, what it will give me? Let's see. Okay, so it is printing this and like say I gave some condition over here. It will check the Saturday and Sunday. It's a weekend. Okay, for these 2 days. So now it is saying it is the weekend. Okay, today is Saturday and it's the weekend. Okay. So basically enums we done, right? So everyone like understand what like how enums actually work.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So coming to next Java user input. Okay. So what is Java user input? Like we already know there is a scanner class that is used to get user input, right? And it is found in the package like Java util package. It's there. Okay. So basically, it's already a predefined class, right? Scanner class, and to get access of that class, so we need to create an object of that class. After creating an object, we can get access whatever the method inside that scanner class. Okay, there's lot of method. Okay, so we will see like there is a next line, next int, next where is there like what actually those are. Okay, and like uh, like prompt the user for input, right? So to user input, what things need to be created and creating a scanner object, right? So basically, we are not just creating a scanner object, but it is like while creating a scanner object, we can do input from the console. So there is a system.in the parameter. Okay, scanner. So that will do what? That will actually read the input from the console. Okay, so So in Java, basically, we can read user input from the console using the Java util scanner class. Okay. So the scanner class is more user friendly and it is commonly used for reading user input. Okay. So basically, like to use the scanner class, we need to create an object of the class and there is a method. Okay, like and basically we use some methods to do the thing. Okay, like to what you say, like to read, right, to read the string value, there is some method called next line. To read the integer value, there is something called int line. Okay, the you will see. Okay, so those are the basically input type, you can say. Okay, there's some input type and okay, so say we have some input type in the scanner class. Okay, input types. So, so input type, there's basically some methods we are having. Okay, and that method performs some different tasks. Okay, so say method we are having, and that method for the corresponding description we will going to. Okay, uh, under the method, first we having say next boolean, next boolean. Uh, Next. These are the methods, okay, that's are already inside the scanner class. Okay, and I will say like what it actually do. Okay, so like that, whatever the primitive data type we have, right? So for every primitive data type, there is a method for data intake. Okay, for scanner class. So so for double, there is next double. Okay, for float, there is next float. Next int is for integer, like it will take integer value. Okay, and this next line, right, so this next line is for string value, to read the string value. Basically, one, two, three, four. Okay. So these are the method we are having. So like for Boolean, next Boolean, what it will do? Basically, it reads a Boolean value from the user. Okay. Yeah. And same things for this reads the byte value from the user. Okay. So this will. Am I missing something? Right. One, two, three, seven methods. So eight primitive data types. Okay. So I'm missing some. And one is for long, right? And it will read the long value. Okay, that's right. So let's see some examples. Okay, like how it actually works, this scanner class. Let's create a class and give class name that scanner example, and it's having main method inside it. So let's say like I want to like use the scanner class, right? So for that, what I need to do? I need to create an object of the scanner class. Okay, let's see by creating an object, it will auto import the class or not. Let's see. Another that scanner object name I gave. And it will like system.in that input. So now, yes, so it asked me for import scanner class for Java util package. Okay. Now, if I click it, so it is doing the importation for me. Okay, or you can do the manually, do the import Java util scanner. Okay, so now we have created the scanner class and we already create an object of the scanner class. So now let's see. So this will do what? Like, okay. So next we are going to create, right, whatever the user actually giving the input. Okay, so say here user will, like, we will ask for user to give their input. Okay, enter your name. Okay, so now what it will do? So there is method called, so what we actually see, right? So here, if you see, so there is next. These are the method, and it will do what? It will read whatever user giving the value, right? So it will read the user input, this method. So now see. So what we will do? So we will read the line that user actually give here, right? Whatever user giving here, it will actually read. So, basically it is giving name, right? String name, and pass the scanner, that object we created, right? So basically whatever the method having inside the scanner class, we can access by using the object. So let's say scanner dot. So here we have lots of methods. So we will find for like next line. Okay. So if you see, this is for the string. Okay. Next line. Okay. It used for string. Okay. If you see, like, for string, we have next line, right? To read the string value, we use next line. So you can do same thing for, if you want age, like if you want integer value, so you can do like uh, that next int for that. Okay, you will take a variable that int age, and you will first you need to get the value, right? So you should do just println, and you just ask for age or whatever the number you want to. Okay, enter the age, and next you do the reading. Okay, that the line is need to be read. Okay, so this is taking the integer. So create a variable age, and to that scanner object name. Okay, scanner dot, and you will see like it having that next int. Okay, so if you find here has next. Okay, next int, where it is, next float. So let's type next int. Okay. So here we. So now it will take like age. Okay. And lastly, what you need to do, you need to like print those things, right? So you need to print those things. It says like you have to print, right? So display the input, right? So displaying the input back to the user we need to do. So for that, we have to pass those variable. These variables are not used, right? So if you see this underline, yellow underline, it is basically not used. Okay. So we need to use those things. So say, yeah. Now what we need to do, we need to just print those variables. Okay. Okay. So concatenating. We have name and concatenating is we having. So here, say like entering name, say hello, your name. So age, you are 26 years old or 28, you are. Okay, say old. Okay, let's try to run the. So it is asking me for name. Okay. Say, so asking for age. Okay, so hello Ram. So basically I use some string, right, to give the. Okay. So is this clear to everyone? Am I clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So like you can do like a scanner class, basically we use this for getting the input from user, right? And so inside the scanner class, we already see there are some special method for that data type, right? So whatever data type we are using, if we want to like read those lines for those reading purpose, there we have some special method. Okay, for string integer. So this is a scan. So next we have Java dates. Okay. So what is Java dates? So basically Java date and time, right? So Java date, like basically it does not have like built-in date class, but we can import the Java time package to work with the date and time API. Okay. So we will see. So let's say, So in Java, basically the handling of dates and time is done through the Java time package. Okay. So there we have a package that is Java time, and there we have all that local dates, local time. Okay. And local dates time that we have. Okay. If you see there. Duration is also there, period is also there, like instance, time zone, like zone, date, time. All things are inside those Java time package. Okay. And that package having all those classes. Okay. That local date, local time, those are the classes. And if I want to like work with those classes, we need to get access of those classes. And how we get access, like creating an object of those classes, we can get access. In Java. Say many classes, like for example, we have local date. Uh, the package include many dates and time classes like say local date, okay. So these are the class that having like these are inside this Java time package. Okay. And like say if I want to use those classes, so how we can do? So like local date, what it actually represent, local date, local time, duration period, what it actually represent. Basically, local date represent a date without a time. Okay. That year, month and days. Okay. And local time, what it will represent. So basically it represent a time without date, like hours, minutes, second and nanosecond it have. Okay, so duration basically represent a duration between 2 point in time. Okay, and like period, it represent a period of time between two dates. Okay, duration is between two time and period is between 2 days. Okay, that you remember. Okay, let's see some examples. Like I'm creating a class and I'm giving the class name as like date example. Okay. And it having the main method. So like previously when we actually like use scanner class, we just call the scanner class, right? So we actually create a object and it will ask me for import the scanner. So we will do the same thing, like we will say here we will create the object and see there is quite different thing, okay, to declaring a object. So basically it will to like enum class. Okay, so in enum class, like that, whenever we actually create a object of that enum class, and after that we will say that enum class dot whatever the constant value, right? So here, if you see, I am calling that local date, and object name I am giving. Say I want to show that current date, and say this local date. And it is asking me for like import. Okay, if I do dot, and here should be now. So this now method will do what? So this will actually do what it is, like the current date using the system clock and default time zone. Okay, so basically now will do what? It will show you the present date. Okay, so the current date. Okay, so basically it is auto imported, okay, your local dates, and we pass this now. So this now method will basically show you the current. So basically the current date, whatever the current date you are having in your system, it will just show you that. Okay. So you can say here, get the current date. Okay. Let's get the current time. Okay. Okay, so for this, like what we need to do, there is local date and there is local time. So we are going to call the local time. The current time, and same thing, it's having a method, now method. That now method will show the present time. Okay, local time. So basically it is also imported. So basically it is done right. So if I now I need a printing statement for it, right? Uh, let's print something. So say this current date, right? Current date, and pass that current date object. Now it's good. Current time, and we need to pass current time. So it will show the current date and time. Okay. So if I want to like create my own time and own date, for that, what I need to do, right? So basically we see this now method, right? So this now method will actually show the present time right now, whatever the time it was, right? Present time, that current time. And there is another method called off method. So basically it create a specific dates and time using off method. Okay. We will not use now this time. So we will use this off method. So basically what we are going to create, like create a specific date. Say like we are going to call this, right? We are going to call this whole thing and need to changes something, right? Object name need to be changes, so it is not showing us the current time, it will show the specific time. So give the specific time, and it will not show me the present time, so we will specify the time, right? So there is off method. Okay. So here it will, yes. So here you can give, right? You choose, right? What you, so it is hour, minute, and hour, minute, seconds are there. Okay, so you can choose like whatever you need. So say hour, minute, and seconds, right? So this, and it will ask for three parameter. Okay, like there is already three parameter, and you need to give three argument of that parameter. And you will call the system.out.println, print those values. Okay. Like same thing is for time also. We will call the time. Okay. So local time object name need to be changed. Specific time. This is specific not time. Okay. This is specific time, and it should be okay. No issue. Time, date, 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 local date, local date, uh, and here we have this off method, right? Off. So here it asks for like a year, month, and day of month. Okay. And there is yes, so and it will ask for three argument like we have. So let's give here in time. We will specify the time, right? So say like 15, sorry, 15 here, say like okay, right? Okay, let's see the output. What- Okay, so current date it is like today is first, right? So first of what, August, 1st of August, right? Giving, yeah, 1st August. Current time, so for now, seven. Yeah, so it is coming, right? So you can do specify, and if you like, there are different methods. So if you want to specify, there is off method inside this local date and time. And like if you want to print the present date and time, so for that you can use this now method inside this local date time class. Okay. So everyone clear, right? Date time.
Yes, sir.
Anyone having any doubts, questions? Next coming wrapper class. Okay. So
No, sir.
So basically, these five things are coming under collection framework, and we will discuss this collection framework separately. Okay, not in this session. So we will complete other things. So wrapper class exception and lambda. Okay. So let's come to wrapper class. What wrapper class is? So basically, can anyone tell me like what wrapper class is? So basically,
Yes, sir.
wrapper. Yeah.
Sir, we can create convert primitive to character, character to primitive, auto boxing, unboxing through proper class.
Yeah, that's correct. Like, yes, that's wrapper class provide a way to use primitive data type as object, right? So we will see like that primitive data type and wrapper class that we actually. Okay. Okay. So let's see some primitive type that are equivalent to wrapper class. Okay. Okay. So so If you see, like we have primitive data type, and in other hand we have wrapper class, right? So inside primitive data type, right, let's create a different primitive data type, and in other hand we have wrapper class. It comes under primitive data type. Okay, like excuse me. So basically, for eight primitive data types, these are the eight primitive data types, right? So for each and every data types, we are having their corresponding equivalent classes, wrapper class. Okay, that we say. Like these are the primitive data types start from like lower case, right? Whenever we give, we will start from lower case, and when we declare the wrapper class, so it we declare it from the first character should be the uppercase. Okay. So now let's see how we create a wrapper class. Like we are creating a class, so we will see how we declare a wrapper object, like how we create a wrapper object. Uh, Wrapper example, having the main method. So here, say, like you just need to give the full name of that wrapper class, right? So you just give the wrapper class name, right? So here what we know. So for if I want to use this integer wrapper class, so I just need to declare that integer. Okay. So if I need to primitive data type for that, I can say int. Okay. So like that, if I want to declare any variable, so if I want to wrap that variable into wrapper class, so for that, say I'm creating a integer wrapper class. So for that, what I need to do, give the full name integer, and after that I'm giving the variable name. So say my number. So my number, and say I'm assigning some value 199. Okay. So for double, say double, my double, and say like decimal value. And for character, like we have to specify the full character, right? Character, give the character of variable, my character, and give something a. Okay, so now you can print those things. So and okay, and now we just need to pass those things. So this is the one way you can do it. Okay, and like there is another way. So if I run the program, okay, it's showing. Like you thinking like it is normal like previously, right? So whatever actually I int, right, it is giving me the same value. So why we need the wrapper class? Right. So basically wrapper class like if we use those wrapper class, right? So wrapper class having its own method, like basically we are creating like what we know basically. That the wrapper class is basically we are just wrapping the class means we are just providing the primitive data type as an object, right? So this is making this whole thing is like making an object. Okay, you are doing an object. So basically this integer it's having its own method if you know, right? So it is having its own method. Okay. So basically like we can like get this information, right? This value. So we can get this value by using for respective method. So everything like so for integer it's having its own method. Okay, this wrapper class having its own method to get this value. If I want to get this value, right? So for that there is method. Okay, so what are those methods? So let's see. For say integer, there is if I want to get the value, there is int value method is there inside this integer. Okay, for double, there is double value method is there inside this class. Okay, wrapper class. So like that, there are every class, every wrapper class having its own method to get the value. Okay, so we will see. Let's start. Okay. Let's see if I want to print, right? So what I need to do, I need to just pass this variable, right? So let's pass this variable after variable name. So I need to give this dot. Whenever I am giving this dot, it will show some methods. Okay, so for s- integer, right? So for integer, I need to find this int value. So here you can see int value. So what it will return? So the numeric value represented by the object after conversion of type int. Okay, whatever value it having, it will return. Okay. So this is one method for integer. So same things like my double dot, and we have here the double value. It will return me the value of the double. Okay. And for character, we have that char value. So run the program. Okay. So doing same things, but it that because of the wrapper class, I can use those method. Okay. It is inbuilt in that wrapper class. Okay. So everyone clear, right? So like for string, right? So if I want to pass some string, so there is like toString method is already there. So like what toString will do what? Yes. Like everyone understood, right? So what wrapper class is, like why we actually need wrapper class.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So wrapper class exception. Okay. So coming to Java exception. Okay. Tell me like what do you mean by exception? Why we need this exception in Java actually?
Sir, it is a unwanted event which is stop the flow of a normal flow of a program.
Like what you are saying, like if I having some error in the program, right? So instead of showing me that error, like it will terminate the program if there is any error, right? It will terminate my whole program or whatever I am having the project. It will not run. So basically to avoid those errors, so we use this exception handling. Okay. To hide those errors, we can do the exceptional handling. Okay. Like if you see, like if there is error detected and if you don't have any exception for those errors, your software will not run at some point. Okay. So basically in Java, like an exceptional is basically it is an event that occurs during the execution of a program and like disrupt the normal flow of the program in instruction, right? So when an exceptional condition arises, right, such as like division by zero, right, or accessing an array index, right, out of bound. So basically, like what we need to do, like we will do like this exceptional handling mechanism, like deals with those exceptional condition, right? Exceptional handling, like it will handle the errors and preventing the application from crashing, basically. Okay. And like there's some syntax we need to follow, like to allow us like to allow user to catch and handle the exception, right? So we actually do like commonly, basically the common use of exceptional handling, like what we know, like to prevent those crashing the application and the what you say that error and preventing the thing, the application that I already say, right? Uh, So basically, like when an exceptional condition arises, such as like division by zero or accessing an array index out of bound, right? So Java throws an exception object to handle that error or unexpected situation. Okay. So basically, why we actually need this exception? So basically, exception handling helps in graceful handling errors and preventing the application from crashing, right? Okay. So basically, like how many exceptions are there? Like, and basically, there is a hierarchy of these exception classes, right? So if you see, like, there is like there is a package called like Java language. Okay. And inside that package, we have like exception class, runtime exception is there, IO exception is there. Those are representing different type of exception and having different type functionality. Okay. Like, Okay. So, and what is the syntax like? How we actually declare those exception? Like for that, we need to use like try catch block. Okay. So, try catch block do what? So, for exceptional handling, so this is the syntax. Okay. Try here. uh, And the main method is there. So like where actually we what like there is a try catch block we use, right? So in try block, like what we actually declare there. So the try block contains the code that might raise an exception. Okay, so that whatever we actually give in try block, that is executable block. Okay, that can be in that block, that exception can be arise in that block, try block. And catch block will do what? Catch block catches the handles and exceptional if there is any occur in the try block. Okay. So say try at the try block, there is something like here you can say uh, try keyword, the try block contains the code. It is okay. Okay. So next we have catch. Catch. So basically catch will do what? Catch method. So here what kind of exception we are using, right? So we will call that exception, right? Say like I'm handling that arithmetic exception. Okay. Okay. And if you see, this is from like Java language and there is arithmetic exception and I name it as E. Okay. Now say inside this try block, right? If I perform something inside this try block, right? And so first I declaring a method. Okay. Enter result. I'm having some result and I'm not passing that result right now. Uh, Let's declare some method. Okay, that will perform something. Say public static int return type is there and giving the method name divide. It will do the division and there's need to be written, right? And return say uh okay, say like need to mention some parameters. So int a and int b. Okay. Okay, I'm doing the division of it like a and b. Okay, a and b. So no issue. It is not taking it. It is it outside the main method, right? Okay, now it's good. And now what I am doing, like I want to pass this method inside this result, right? So pass this method as a value and remove those parameter. So basically now it is asking for the argument. Okay, so there is something integer need to be like give here. So say like 12. So 12. Okay, that's good. So inside the catch, what I need to give. So basically inside catch, so the catch block catches and handles the exception if it's occur. Okay. If there is some error, like if I give something illogical value, okay, so it generates some error. For that error handling, I can give here some other things, right? So to handle those error, okay, say okay, if it is occurs. So if it is occurs, so what it will do? It will print this line. Okay, that what I am giving. Okay. Okay. So if I run this, let's run the program and see what it actually giving me. Okay, I'm missing something. I think this variable is not actually used, right? So I need to print this variable, right? So let's print it. So let's give result, and concatenate with result. Okay, now it's good. Let's run the. Okay, so if I like divide 12 by 12, it is giving me 1, right? So if I suppose say if I give here 0, right? 12 is 0. So if I run, so error division by 0, right? It is not actually going to do. So it will throw this error, right? So this is one error handling. Okay, and there is another error handling like we what is the difference between like have you heard of like throw and throws this keyword in error handling? Okay. So that syntax you already know, right? Try catch. So try catch. Okay, this is the keyword. This is the syntax. Okay. Try catch. Okay, this is the syntax. So basically, what do we mean by these two keywords? Throw and throws. What do you mean by these two keywords? So basically, throw will do what? This throw keyword is used to manually throw an exception from the code. Okay, and the throws keyword is to used in method. Okay, to declare that a method might throw an exception. Okay, and it indicates that the caller of the method need to be handle the exception. Okay. So basically, uh, excuse me. So, okay, let's come to example. Let's create a class. Let's give a class name like exception throw. Okay. Having the main method. Uh, okay, let's create a method. Okay. So We are going to check the age. Okay, so and that age is need to be give the parameter as age. Sorry, uh, age. Here say if giving the condition if age less than 18, so it will throw this error. Okay, so new so illegal argument exception is there. Okay, okay. So illegal argument exception. And it will throw this exception. If this age is less than 18, it will throw this exception. So we created this valid age method, right? Now we need to give the error handling. So in error handling, what we need to do? We need to give some condition like to check the valid, right? So we need to give that in the try catch block. So try, we will pass this method. We will check validate age and there is parameter need to be there and give some parameter 15 and it is asking for catch uh, catch and pass that whatever this exception you called here, right? This is inside this language language package, okay? And you just give a name for this like I say okay and uh, and after throwing this exception it will show some message, right? uh, Age must be at least 18, okay? And say here we will print, okay, we will shout and we will print the error. Okay, that message we actually give here, it will print here. Okay, so how it will actually error message will pop up like the error and we will concatenate this message like using this I variable. Okay, so using I dot, there is a method called get message. Okay, so this get message is throwable if you see. So basically what it will do, get message, it will getting the message over here, whatever I passed right here. Okay, inside this method. So we are working in this method, right? So we are checking the value that we passed over here. It is checking that if condition is present inside this valid age method. So it is checking. If it actually the statement, if it is false, it will go to the catch portion. It will print the statement that error handling that we actually gave that error. Whatever error generate, it will give that error handle message. Okay. like if I run this thing. uh, okay, so if the age is if the age that is above 18, so for that something I need to be print, right? So if the age is valid for this, what I done is this uh, those age that is not valid or below 18, right? So if I have a valid age for that, I will print the ages. Okay, save it and run it. Run. Okay, getting. So, so basically it is checking this method. So what parameter or argument I am giving, and it is checking for rest, like what argument is passed here, it will check in the if statement. Is that argument is satisfying this statement or not? Okay. If it is not satisfying, it will throw this new exception. Okay, to here, and we are passing right. It is something error is happened here, right? So it will jump to this catch portion and it will throw the exception. Okay, and if I pass the valid that age, if I run, so age is valid, right? So anyone having any doubts? Right?
No, sir.
You guys understood, right? So what is error handling? Like why we actually use this error handling to prevent those to prevent whatever we are having, right? So basically we actually handling the errors and preventing the application from crashing. Okay, so we use like error handle for those that the program that application is like it will not crash. Okay, so if we don't give those exception, so if there is any error, it will not run or it will crash your program or application, what is. Okay, so next what we have, I think next we have lambda functions. Okay, lambda functions is last. Okay, so basically like why we use lambda expression, like it is already we know this lambda function or expression that is introduced in that Java 8, right? So basically why we use this lambda expression, like
Sir, using single line conditional statement, we use lambda function.
yeah. Okay, so see. So basically we already know, like in previously Java 6 and 7 we don't have this feature, right? It is later added on Java 8. Okay. So basically, Java Lambda expression, it is introduced in Java 8 that allows us to write conceal and expressive code for functional programming. Okay. So, and Lambda expression are anonymous. Okay. And it is which means like they don't have a name or anything. Okay. But they can be treated as value and pass around like regular variable. Okay, so we will see. Okay. Uh, Yeah, that you can say like that parameters we need to give in a single line we can declare. Okay, using the lambda function. Okay, just we need to give the parameters and the arrow key like that is the syntax. Okay, arrow. So hyphen and the greater than symbol. Okay, and the expression or block of code we need to execute. That's the syntax. So let's see first what is Java Lambda. Uh, Okay, so Java Lambda expression are introduced in Java 8 that allow us to write expressive code for functional programming. Okay, so Lambda expression are anonymous function, which means they don't have name, but they can be treated as values and pass around like regular variables. Okay, okay. So let's see some examples. Okay, so first let me share the attendance link. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Please give the attendance here. Okay, I shared. Everyone, please do attendance. Do give attendance. Okay, so basically, why use lambda expression? So why we use lambda expression? Basically, so to provide the implementation of functional interface. Okay, and there is another thing for less coding, like it will reduce your coding. Okay, okay, okay. So let's see the syntax. Okay. Okay, so what will be the syntax? So let's see. So syntax will be like this. Okay. So say this is so first there is parameter like argument. Okay. We need to pass a this is like argument or list. Okay, we need to give. After that, what we need to give? We need to like say remove this thing. Okay, it will give you. So after that, we will give this arrow key. Okay, arrow sign. So after that, we will pass the body. So here we are going to pass the whatever code we need to execute. Okay, so this is the syntax. Okay, like and this Java like lambda expression syntax, right? This is consist of three what you say like three component. Like this is one. Okay, this is one component, and this we call arrow token, and this is a body. Okay, this is argument list, and this syntax is like consist of three component. Okay, so I think I don't have much time. One and three. So okay, this is argument list. Okay, and we having this arrow token, and here we having body. Okay, so it will do what? So argument list will do like it can be empty or non-empty. Okay. So arrow token will do what? It is used to link argument list and body of expression. We will doing this linking, right? So and body will it contain that expression and statement for lambda expression. Okay. Okay, these are the three things. Okay. So basic syntax will like what? How will be the basic syntax? Okay, the basic syntax looks like say this will be the basic syntax. Okay, looks like this. Okay, let's see some example first. Okay, so Divakar, I will come to that. Okay, I will show you. First, you see the that lambda function. Okay, I will come to that. Let's create a class. Okay. So having the main method. Uh, So say I having a interface, right? So suppose I'm having interface. Uh, Drawable, and in that interface I'm having some method, right? And what we know that we cannot give the method, right, or whatever, we cannot give the body. So here say there is draw method. Say like I'm going to like call this, right? So see this drawable, right? So using the lambda function, how so drawable, like giving the object name d2 d and equals to that equals to now lambda function I'm using arrow, and after that here the body need to be given. So so and pass like drawing. Okay. So and now this like now this D we don't assign it somewhere, right? So now what we need to do like D or draw. Okay. So now like whatever like now I'm giving the body, right? So using the lambda function, I just give a body, a draw. So if I just try to execute it, so what it will give me the drawing. Let's see. Okay, so this is using lambda function. So like if there any attributes, so you already declared inside here. So if there anything you can pass it. Okay. So I'm giving weight and something like 10, and I can pass it over here doing the concatenation. Okay. Okay. So if I run the program, drawing 10. Okay. So everyone understood how it is actually like we use this lambda function. Like if I want to use like this is like without parameter, right? If I want to use with single parameter, so how we can do it? Let's create another class. So give the lambda expression. Okay. So here, so there we have interfaces. Okay, disable and that interface having like method say string say is the method, and inside this method I am passing one parameter that is name. Okay, so string name, and it will take the name. Okay, So coming to the main method, coming inside the class. So now what we are going to do, like we are going to declare a lambda expression with a single parameter. Okay. So say everyone please do the attendance fill up. Okay. Okay. Let's say like say well we have this interface, right? I want to like give some value to this method, that interface, right? Table and give that what you say object name, say S, and after that say what is the syntax, right? That this is the syntax. uh, This is the lambda syntax, and this is asking for some parameter. Okay, and what parameter we actually mentioned here, name. So copy it and pass it right here as for parameter. Right. Now it is taking the parameter. Okay, so close this. So and so we already know this is string at it having some return type. So we need to return something, right? So return it, return. So what we need to return? Return this name. Okay, return the name over here. Okay. So like you can do some concatenation or give the string value before your name printing. Okay. Here say hello. So it will print before your name. Okay, whatever name you are going to give. Okay, next you are going to print, right? So let's print. So we are going to print that by object name S is there and what we previously done, right? So here we will say S and the whatever method we have here, say, right? S dot say and say we will pass some name as a argument. Okay, we will pass some name as a argument. So say Ram. Okay, as an argument. So now basically like we are using a parameter, right? So if I run this code, okay, hello Ram. Okay, okay. So everyone cleared, right? How lambda expression actually works.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, that's it. That's all for today's guys. So like previously, like we completed today, we completed what we have completed today. Like we enums we completed, user input we completed, date and time completed. Wrapper class we have seen, like exception, how we actually work with exception classes. Okay, and lambda function we have seen. Okay, so these are already we have completed. Okay, so in next session we will see like what are the collection framework. Okay, this everything's right. These all things are comes under framework, collection framework. So in next class we will discuss about what are the collection framework and what are the hierarchy of that collection framework. Okay, thank you everyone. I'm stop sharing the screen and I'm stop.